Comrade President Vladimir Putin,
Camarade Président Chef d'État africain,
African heads of state,
Camarade Chef de
Comrade
délégation,
Head of Delegation,
Bonjour.
good morning. It is an honor for me this morning to take the floor here and to pass on to you the fraternal greetings of the people of the land of men of integrity.
C'est aussi le lieu pour moi avant tout propos.
It is from the Almighty that we have been able to gather here this morning in good health to talk about the future and the well-being of our people. I am going to apologize to the elders whom I may offend in my future remarks. Because of Africanity, because of the rights of one of them, I have to apologize. Comrade, I have a few questions from my generation. Not a single question that is being asked. We don't have an answer, and it turns out that here we can wash our linseed because we feel like a family. It feels like a family in the sense that Russia is also a family for Africa. It is a family because we have the same history. Russia made enormous sacrifices to liberate the world from Nazism during the Second World War. The people of Africa, our grandfathers, were also forcibly deported to help Europe get rid of Nazism. We share the same history in the sense that we are the forgotten peoples of the world, whether in the history books, in documentaries or in film, insofar as we sweep away the preponderant role played by Russia and Africa in this fight against Nazism. We are here together because we are here to talk about the future of our peoples and what is to come. Of the future of tomorrow, of the free world to which we aspire, of a world without interference in our internal affairs. We have the same prospects, and I hope that this summit will be an opportunity to forge very good relations and to create a better future for our peoples. The questions that my generations are asking themselves about the next generation, if I can sum it up, is that they do not understand how Africa, with so much wealth on our soil, with its generous nature, water and abundant sunshine, Africa is today the poorest continent. Africa is a starving continent, and how is it that our heads of state are traveling through the world of a man? These are questions that we are asking ourselves and that we have not yet had answers. We have the opportunity to forge new relationships, and I hope that these relations can be the best, to give a better future to our peoples. My generation also instructs me to say that because of poverty, they are forced to cross the ocean in order to try to reach Europe. They die in the ocean. But that soon they will not have crossed it, because they will come in front of our palaces to look for their daily sustenance. As far as Burkina Faso is concerned, for more than 8 years, we have been confronted with the most barbaric and violent form of neo-colonialism and imperialism. Slavery still has so much to impose on us. Our front runners have taught us one thing: slavery that is not capable of accepting its own revolt does not deserve to be relied upon by its fate. We don't worry about our fate. We are not asking for someone to rely on our fate. The people of Burkina Faso have decided to fight against hypothyroidism capable of reviving its development. In this struggle, valiant peoples, wines and a population have pledged to take up arms in the face of terrorists. The ones we actually called the VDPs, volunteers. We are surprised to see the imperialists calling these VDPs militias and of all kinds. It is one of those wines, because in Europe, when people take up arms to defend their patriots, they are called patriots. Our grandfathers were deported to save Europe. It was not with their consent, against their grey. Well, on the way back, we remember that in Traore, when they tried to bandage their elemental sheet, they were massacred, so it doesn't matter. When we people decide to defend ourselves, we are called militias. But that's not the problem. What is the problem is to see African heads of state who bring nothing to these peoples who are fighting, but who sing the same thing as the imperialists. To our militia dealers, to our traders, therefore, to men who do not respect human rights, hence the human right. We are effusive against this and these shameful people. We, the African heads of state, must stop behaving like puppets who dance every time the imperialists pull the strings. Yesterday, President Vladimir Putin announced that the grain would be sent to Africa. And we are very happy, and we thank each other for that. But it is also a message to our African heads of state, because at the next forum, we must not come here without having ensured that our peoples will be able to achieve food self-sufficiency for those who do not know war. We need to learn from those who have already been able to achieve this in Africa, build good relations here and build better relations with the Russian Federation so that we can meet the needs of our people. I may not be slow, time is running out and very short. We are obliged to stop and love my take. But I would like to end by saying that we must therefore pay tribute to our peoples who are fighting. Glory to our peoples, dignity to our peoples, victory to our peoples, homeland or death will come.
Please allow me also to pay tribute to the Nigerian people. These people who have suffered so much since the advent of the CNSP and who continue to remain standing. Thank you to the Nigerians who gave us a warm welcome yesterday when we set foot on the soil of our homeland here. You are more than friends, you are more than neighbors, you are our brothers, you are our sisters. Because fraternity goes beyond friendship or neighborhood. We have the same blood flowing through our veins. In our veins runs the blood of these valiant warriors who fought and who reserved these lands that we call Mali, Burkina, and Niger. In our veins runs the blood of these valiant warriors who helped the whole world get rid of Nazism and many other scourges. In our veins runs the blood of these valiant warriors who were deported from Africa to Europe, America, Asia, or whatever, and who helped build these states during slavery. In our veins flows the blood of worthy men, of robust men, of capable men. And for this, let us be proud and thank you for being a national of the AES. Africa, this continent which has suffered so much and which continues to suffer because of the imperialists. These imperialists have only one cliché in mind: Africa is the empire of slaves. This is how they see Africa. For them, Africans belong to them. Our land belongs to them. Our basements belong to them. They have never been able to change software until today. It's deplorable. But how does he do it? It is unfortunately since the 1960s that these 6,000 acres of independence were given to Africa. They just placed local valleys at the head, according to them, of their sub-prefecture to be able to continue to supply them. These local valleys that we are going to describe today as living room slaves have no other guide than to seek to live like the master, to satisfy the master, and to do everything that the master dictates. They steal, they plunder our states, take everything to the master, and their wealth is kept with the master. They do everything to live like their master and always satisfy him. When the master commands, they execute. Do you know who these parlor slaves are? We will explain to you what it is. These are individuals who have no dignity, who have no morals, who have no personality. But the slave master always knew how to identify these individuals. They are always ready to betray their brother to satisfy the master. They have betrayed us since independence, and others continue to betray us until today for the benefit of their master. These individuals always continue against all odds to plunder Africa, to help the master to plunder Africa. They like to say it every year. In their economic survey, Burkina is the poorest country, Mali is the poorest country, Niger is the poorest country. We are ranked among the last. All right, if we are as poor as they say, but when the time came to take responsibility, We ask these masters to leave the place. Why don't they want to leave? Because we take the case of Niger. For more than 40 years, certain countries have exploited uranium to produce energy at home. From Ottawa to Paris, the streets are illuminated. It's light. But in Niger, it's darkness. Security that served us. When you go to our states, our soils are drilled all over to search for precious metals such as gold. But often, there is not even the slightest exception.
It is important that these so-called Democrats understand this. When thousands of Nigerians die in hospital beds due to lack of electricity or lack of medication, it is a crime. They are responsible for these sanctions. They are responsible for these deaths. The same thing happens in Mali. With Burkina, we have indirect sanctions, because people have to understand. When they take their orders from the other side, they come and do everything to apply it. It is shameful. We are called putschists. We are not French. We do not understand what that means. And the local people, who surely do not even understand the profound meaning of the word, also call us putschists. Very well, we appropriate it. Over the years, as far as Burkina Faso is concerned, you may have noticed, all the bodies have been destructured. No more training, nothing left for the army. They imposed in all our major states, all our schools and all our strategic structures, what they called military councils. When we revolted on September 30th, 2022, the first thing was to find out who these military councils were and where they were. So we were able to identify that the evil was deep. And the first thing was to ask them to leave our army. They left. And what I told you not long ago, you cannot hope to find your lost object by calling on the one who stole it to come and help you find it. When we asked the military councils to leave, we felt manifestations. We were made to understand that we would not be able to get by without them. And every time they told us, it was translated by attacks on the ground. We received the message well. At the dawn of the year 2023, we decided to tell the foreign forces present here to leave, because we want to fight in Burkina Faso. They did not surely appreciate it, but why come and die on our land for us? We prefer to fight ourselves. We ask them to return home. Unfortunately, I tell you here today, as I like to say, colonization has returned. There are slaves of Ceylon who still have not understood. In the meantime, military officers wrote to us and approached us to tell us that it was a very bad decision and that we would not last 2 months. Files were written. We were sent these files to make a strategic analysis of their thoughts. We said either we are sovereign or we remain slaves forever. Indeed, when the last soldier left Burkina Faso, we understood what it was about. The attacks followed immediately. Dehao, Timnikov, Partiaga, and so on. But what they had forgotten was that the people of Burkina Faso had understood our message. And had engaged in the same way as we did. We reorganized quickly, and suddenly we noticed that all the sleeping terrorists had woken up in Burkina Faso. We reorganized the army as quickly as possible, at an unequal speed. We have created several units, and even if several others are yet to come, we have equipped them. And today this equipment continues because in the days to come, the months to come, what you will see coming to Burkina Faso must make our army a power to fear. We will not hesitate about the means. We understood that the fight against imperialism will be hard, very hard. But only the hard ones will pass, and the Burkinabés are hard, and we will pass. We have put on guard for more than a year the local valets, the slaves of Salon, so that they do not betray their country for the benefit of imperialism. Some have understood and organized themselves. Others have not understood. Maybe they thought they were smarter, but today we have no more feelings about this theft. Whoever betrays his country for the benefit of imperialism, he will be treated as such. Returning to our famous ECOWAS, since we decided to leave the ECOWAS, the slaves of Salon have been driven everywhere. They want to scare the people. They want to scare everyone. God, thank you. In a recent past, there were only a handful of people who had the right to speak. On the TV sets, that's what they said, who were ready for the gospel. Today, with the new technologies, which of course have advantages and disadvantages, everyone has the right to speak. And I think the Yayayes are the first to confirm this. Everyone can make his own analysis of a situation. We can certainly make mistakes, but when we come to understand, we are open to explain the process. Here we will explain to you why we left the ECOWAS and where we are going. Remember that it was in 1975 that it was created. And it was created for the majority of state leaders, putschists, as they like to say. It was the military who took the power and took the responsibility to create the ECOWAS, so that there was a real economic growth of the people inside this space. Later, the so-called Democrats were invited to the heads of our states. They completely emptied the community of its foundation. When on June 26, Nigeria decided to take its destiny into its own hands, we were surprised to see the ECOWAS appear on June 16th with a force in wait. Where was this force? When thousands and thousands of Nigerians were killed by terrorists. Where was this force? When thousands of Malians and Burkinabés died under the bullets of terrorists. They said that by force they were going to house the valiant sons of Nigeria who took the destiny into their own hands. Do you believe that these are women who are in Nigeria? There are fighters there. The Nigerian army is a warrior. It has been fighting for years. It is not a parade army or a peacekeeping army. And the armies of the ECOWAS have decided to unite. We are waiting for this force in wait. It is important that these so-called Democrats understand this. When thousands of Nigerians die in hospital beds due to lack of electricity or lack of medication, it is a crime. They are responsible for these sanctions. They are responsible for these deaths. The same thing happens in Mali. With Burkina, we have indirect sanctions because people have to understand. When they take their orders from the other side, they come and do everything to apply it. It is shameful. Some have decided not to provide electricity to our countries. It is not free. We pay, and it contributes to their economy. They have tried to make Mali suffer. And of course, by ignoring all the texts and not providing electricity to Mali, hoping that the population would revolt. It does not work. When it lasted, some were forced to make their own people pay by increasing the cost of electricity. It will increase again. This gives us several lessons. Several lessons in the sense that the independence we take, the sovereignty we take, we must do everything for it to be. They have given us very good lessons, and we have understood very well. Some have closed their ports, which goes against all international texts, because we cannot close our ports in a landless country. They did it. They violated the text. The international community did not say a word.
This battle, this war, we are going to win it, and we are going to overcome imperialism, which activated these terrorism in our region, to hope to bring us back in these colonial times, to maintain us under their yoke, to exploit us until the end of time. Africa is waking up, and no one can still close the eyes of Africans on our realities. No one can still come to divide us, to impose on us what they want. That's why we have done everything to be here today to speak to you, but also to come and wish good luck to President John Mahama. We will work together to strengthen cooperation between Burkina Faso and Ghana, and also between the AES and Ghana, because we have many challenges together and we have always been able to overcome them. There is no reason why we are not united and that we block imperialism. Stay united, and show your Burkina Faso wherever you are. Thank you very much.
This is the journey to one Africa.
Mais soyez sûrs, il ne faut jamais perdre espoir. émotion,
I am honored to address you, Your Excellency, Mr. President, on this special day, on behalf of the entire Burkina Faso community in Ghana. Your Excellency, Mr. President, the Burkina Faso community in Ghana speaks to you from the bottom of its heart to say to you, Newango Aidanse Fofo Akwaba Akra. For this new year, may the Almighty grant you and your entire family a diamond of health for the ear. On is soft. Your Excellency, Mr. President, your arrival today in Accra has fulfilled the deep dream of the Burkina Faso diaspora in Ghana to see one day its great leader, Captain Ibi, 10 sons of our ancestors, children, prodigies of Africa. Truly, this dream that thousands of Burkina Faso people in Ghana may see you, admire you, encourage you, carry you high, and tell you that they are resurrecting with your arrival. This dream that was still yesterday unexpected is a reality today. We now have faith in the future, proud and attached more than ever to our mother country, Burkina Faso. This is why, Your Excellency, I can tell you that the Burkina Faso diaspora in Ghana is constituted of an unconditional BDP on which you and the whole nation can count. Note that we, the Burkina Faso diaspora living in Ghana, we are beyond the concept of BDP. For us, it is a duty to defend the homeland. So we are DDP, Your Excellency, the community that speaks to you today is a miniature Burkina, because it is constituted of the quasi-totality of the socio-cultural, linguistic, regional and professional diversity that can be found in Burkina. Some of our members arrived in Ghana a few years ago or a few decades ago, while others may constitute the 7th or the 10th generation of their ancestors.
I am not a politician and I don't beat around the bush. I am a soldier and I prefer to tell you the truth. Everyone is free to take it or leave it. Everyone drives their car, everyone lives well. We eat in the morning, we eat in the afternoon and evening, and we do whatever we want to do. We are free to speak, to say what we want. This is democracy. This is the law. That's all. That's all we know in Ouagadougou. But go and see them, the children who are skin and bones. Go see those who are starving. Go see those women who can no longer breastfeed because they have nothing left in their breasts. Go see them. Let's not pretend. If our journalists don't have the courage to go out in the field and bring back these images, it's because we want to whitewash Burkina's image. I'm telling you, it's false. It exists. When I tell you about people who eat grass, those who want to contest, I will take them to see it continues. It hasn't even stopped, because we have managed to supply some villages, but others not yet. We are still on the way. No civilian can even support us with trucks, so we can show solidarity with these populations. What kind of integrity is this? What is integrity, Burkina Faso? What is it? This lack of support has deeply unsettled and revolted us. Until we truly address the core issues plaguing this country, we will remain in a state of unrest and discontent. For the moment, we've managed to secure some trucks in the army and have been using our own means to transport supplies. However, this hasn't really added much to the support for the starving populations. And even in doing this, there's been a distinct lack of empathy. The citizens were aware of the situation, but they've remained on the sidelines. This is to say that solidarity has disappeared in Burkina. Have pity for the people, have pity for the youth, have pity for the children. What have these villagers done so that when the sun sets, they find themselves in caves and under trees? They leave village after village, and in the morning they come back to see if everything is okay before returning. They sleep in the bush. They cannot sleep in their homes. We don't tell you these truths. This is the reality of Burkina. We only see our cities. We are responsible for what happens to us, and we will be fully responsible for what will follow, whether it is good or bad. It will depend on our behavior in the future. This continent has suffered so much and continues to suffer because of imperialists.
Ces impérialistes n'ont qu'un seul cliché.
These imperialists have only one cliché in mind. Africa is the empire of
C'est
slaves.
comme ça qu'ils voient l'Afrique. Pour eux, les
This is how
Africains
they
les
see
appartiennent.
Africa. For them, Africans belong to them.
Nos sous-sols,
Our lands belong to them.
ils n'ont
Our
jamais
subsoil
changé de
belongs to them.
logiciel jusqu'aujourd'hui.
They have never been able to change the logic until today.
C'est déplorable.
This is deplorable.
Mais comment procèdent-ils? C'est
But how do they
malheureusement
proceed?
depuis donc ces années 60
Unfortunately,
où ces
it is since the 1960s that these 6,000 acres of independence
Ils n'ont
have been
juste
given
fait
to
que placer
Africa.
des valets locaux à la tête, selon eux, de leur sous-préfecture.
They have just placed local valets at the head, according to them, of their sub-prefecture, to be able to continue to feed them.
Ces valets locaux que
These
nous
local
avons
valets,
ici aujourd'hui,
which we are going to call today the slaves of Salon, have other
n'ont
goals.
d'autres repères que de chercher à
They
vivre
want to live like the master,
comme le maître,
to satisfy the
à
master,
satisfaire
and to
le
do
maître,
everything that the
et à
master
faire
dictates
ce que
to
le
them.
maître lui dicte. Ils volent, ils
They
pillent nos
steal,
États,
they plunder our states, they bring everything to the master, and their wealth is kept with the master.
Ils font tout pour vivre comme le maître et toujours le satisfaire.
They do
Lorsque le
everything
maître
to live
commande,
like the master
ils exécutent.
and always satisfy him.
Savez-vous
Do you know
qui
who
sont
these
ces
slaves of
esclaves
Salon are? Well,
Eh bien,
we are going to
nous
explain
allons
to you what they
expliquer
are.
ce que c'est. Ce sont des individus
They are individuals who have no dignity, who have no morals, who have no personality.
qui n'ont aucune personnalité. Mais le maître esclave
But the master slave has always known how to identify these
identifie
individuals.
ces individus.
They are always ready to betray their
Ils sont
brother
toujours
to
prêts à
satisfy the
trahir leurs
master.
frères pour satisfaire le maître. Ils nous ont trahis.
They have betrayed us since independence, and others continue to betray us to the benefit of their master.
Ces individus
These individuals continue, against all odds, to help the master plunder Africa.
à aider le maître à piller l'Afrique. Ils se plaisent à le dire chaque année.
They like to say it every year. In their economic polls, Burkina is the poorest country, Mali is the poorest country, Niger is the poorest country. We are ranked among the
Nous sommes
last.
classés parmi les derniers. Très bien. Si nous sommes aussi pauvres,
Very well, if we are as poor as they say. But when the time has come to take responsibility, we have asked this master to leave the place. Why don't they want to leave?
Lorsque nous prenons le cas du Niger, depuis plus de 40 ans,
When we take the case of Niger, for more than 40 years, some countries have been exploiting uranium to produce energy at home. From Ottawa to Paris, the streets are illuminated. It is the light. But in Niger, it is the darkness that has served us.
Lorsque vous partez dans nos États,
When you go to our states, our soils are full of precious metals, such as gold. But often there is not even the slightest road accessible to reach the areas where they exploit gold, even less certain basic social services.
Voilà pourquoi nous avons décidé de nous révolter.
This is why we have decided to revolt and take the fate of our countries into our own hands.
Il y a bien d'autres exemples. Mais lorsque nous
There are many other examples. But when we decided so,
Eh bien,
we were approached by some saloon slaves to pass on the message of their
certains
master.
esclaves de salon pour nous passer le message de leur maître. Parce qu'ils avaient créé
Because they had created this kind of polymer chain that rises to the heads of our states to serve them.
pour les servir. Et nous sommes venus briser la chaîne.
And we came to break the chain. And it is inconceivable for them.
Ils nous ont donc approchés et ils nous ont
They
demandé
approached
de
us
rentrer dans les
and asked us to enter the ranks
pour
to
faire
make the elite
partie de
leave
l'élite
that must lead Africa.
qui doit diriger l'Afrique. Parce qu'ils ont une élite formée et formatée.
Because they have an elite formed and formatted that must follow, that is embedded in this chain. We refused to enter their ranks. And then the hostilities began.
Les hostilités ont commencé. Ils ont fait fourvoyer dans nos zones.
They have sent several mercenaries and trainers to our area.
Des formateurs.
The agents have descended into the Sahel to carry out barbaric, cowardly attacks against our people, hoping to revolt them.
Population espérait les révolter. En plus de ces attaques sur le terrain,
In addition to these attacks on the ground, the attacks on communication, manipulation, and disinformation are full in their ranks.
mais les peuples du Sahel ont compris
But the people of the Sahel have understood, and we will never be able to be manipulated again. They know where they come from, they know what they are doing, and they know where they are going.
Nous n'allons plus permettre cela.
We will no longer allow this. People are awake, and people are fighting today, not for ourselves, but for future generations.
Et merci à tous pour le combat qui est livré.
We must never allow that South Africa must be bullied by imperialist forces. America must never tell us what to do. The same United States, which is furious at being cut off from the riches of Burkina Faso, cannot tell us what to do. We stand with Captain Traore. We stand with Traore because we know that Traore stands for the unity of Africa. We are Traore, and Traore is all of us. If they kill Traore, you must know they would have created another wound in the continent of Africa. We must defend him the same way we defend the unity of Africa. We must defend China for defying the USA and telling the USA to go to hell because they don't understand how the tariffs works. Donald Trump is an enemy of himself and all of us. And he must know the EFF is not scared of him. The EFF is not scared of Israel. The EFF is not scared of Morocco. The EFF is not scared of the imperialist forces. The EFF will stand on the side of the people of DRC, the people of Sudan, and the people of Sahrawi. We don't have freedom in South Africa for as long as the people of Palestine are still under the oppression of Zionist aggression of Israel. All of us must say, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free, because we know as beneficiaries of international solidarity that if we stand with the oppressed in the world, those oppressed people will be liberated. Arien kaofela ha re tsamaya mo re isolate all political parties tse di ileng ko Israel, di kukuna bo DA, bo PA, bo ACDP, ba batla tšhelete, ba lwantsha the stand of South Africa. Let's go all of us and say, we are not free until the people of Palestine are free. We don't care if we are going to be punished for that. The people who were killed in Matola in Mozambique because of our freedom. The people who were killed in Lesotho because of our freedom. The people who were killed in Wankispolilo in Zimbabwe fighting for our freedom. We cannot allow that those who stood with us during difficult times are today isolated by the enemy, and we go to the side of the enemy. We are Palestine, and Palestine is South Africa. We are Africa, and Africa is South Africa. We will fight xenophobia with everything in our power to unite Africa so that we can have one currency, we can have one military command, we can have one president. This continent is not a continent for as long as we remain divided. How can a country like Lesotho say it's a country with such few people? How can Lesotho or Swaziland or Botswana negotiate with China as a country which has got the quota of the world population? We need to come together and confront the world as one continent that is united to expropriate the land of Africa and use the minerals of Africa to benefit Africa. Comrades, we are not scared of anything that they want to do to us. They banished Winnie Mandela into Brentford. Whether they ban us in America or not, we don't care. Donald Trump can stay with his America, but this continent of Africa belongs to us. Let us not be cowards like Winnie Mandela. Let us stand up and confront the imperialism of America. Let us challenge America. Let us challenge the stupidity of America. Let us not be intimidated by America. America is the enemy of progress in the world. The EFF must lead the liberation of Africa. Elon Musk will never come and open his business here in South Africa as long as he doesn't surrender 30% to the South Africans. No one must come and do business in our country without involving our own people. No one must come to Masilonyana and open business, get a tender in Masilonyana and not involve the people of Masilonyana. We want the people of Mangaung, we want the people of Free State to benefit directly, not only on business. When there is a contract to build a road here, you must ask a question. You, the branch chairperson of the EFF, how many locals have you employed in this project? And if the locals are not enough, you must stop that project and demand that they employ more locals because that project belongs to you. Comrades, we must fight unemployment. Our people are unemployed. The youth of South Africa, many of them have given up on looking for employment. When they've got 50 rand or 100 rand, they prefer to spend it on a bread instead of spending it on a transport to go and look for a job. They are discouraged because there are no jobs created in South Africa, and the ANC has got no plan to create jobs in South Africa. Only the EFF will create jobs through expropriation of land without compensation. Only the EFF will create jobs through nationalization of mines and strategic sectors of our economy. Only the EFF will create jobs by beneficiating the minerals here in South Africa. Only a brave government can create jobs when it's prepared to confront the monopoly of white people in the economy of South Africa. This is your organization. No one will ever destroy this organization. This organization is in your hands. It belongs to you as members. Defend your organization with everything. Build your organization with everything. For skichi, emoye, so for skichi, etati, kichi, kichima, kichi, kichima. Shoot to kill a man. Shoot to kill, Yamasa. Kill the poor, the farmer. Kill the poor, the farmer. Brr, pa, pa.
Guys, welcome back to Team Tesi Reaction once more. Team Tesi Reaction is my name. Kindly, if you are watching this video for the first time, make sure you subscribe, like, share, and comment. So guys, in today's video is about Ibrahim Traore. Ibrahim Traore has just sent a warning to Prime Minister of Jamaica. Hope you have watched a full clip, and kindly don't skip in my video. Just watch until the end, and then you will see how Africa are now welcome. So guys, hope you have watched that video very well. And Ibrahim Traore is really crying for we as Jamaica and also an Africa and also black people, because Ibrahim Traore is working for us, all of us. He is not working because of salary, but he's working for the benefit of we as Africa. As we know that Ibrahim Traore is from Burkina Faso. For those who are watching for the first time, he's the president of Burkina Faso, and he has done a lot of things in Burkina Faso which has made a life difficult for this West country that has come out, and now they wanted to assassinate him. Number one, when Ibrahim Traore came in power, he expelled all France troops, military from Burkina Faso. That's number one. Number two, then he chased away all those NGOs which were existing in Burkina Faso. And another thing that he was doing was he declined to take a loan from World Bank and IMF Bank. And number three, he said that all other he stopped all West country from manufacturing their gold. As we know that gold is from Burkina Faso, and Burkina Faso has a lot of natural resources, and that thing made West country and France to be harsh with him. They wanted to assassinate him, and we know that Ibrahim Traore now is a working president, and all other people are supporting him because of his progress. Now, when you go to Burkina Faso, gold was just being used by this West country. They just come and manufacture gold, and then they go and benefit the country. Now you can see that Ibrahim Traore launched a very powerful manufacturing gold. He is now manufacturing around 150 tons of gold every year. That's a lot of money that is now circulating in Burkina Faso, and they are now helping in Burkina Faso. Another thing that he did, all ministers, official ministers, their salary were reduced, and those salary reduced, and now they were supplied to among the people of Burkina Faso. And his salary, he even take his salary and helping the people of Burkina Faso, and that thing made those West country to be harsh with Ibrahim Traore, and now he started working with Russia. Russia is now supporting Ibrahim Traore, and now China. We know that China is 50-50. They don't want to show them that they are supporting Ibrahim Traore, but they are now supporting Ibrahim Traore. So he has sent a warning to Prime Minister of Jamaica that guys, we are all the African, because all Jamaica came from Africa. They were just taken as a slave to Caribbean to work for these white people, but when they reached there, they built houses there, and now they started staying there. Then they become a Jamaica. So Jamaica and Caribbean are all those origin are from Africa. So we guys, we are just all the African, and I don't want to see you guys suffering because of imperialism. Let's scram this imperialism and just start benefiting with yourself. So he was telling a prime minister of Jamaica that Africa is one, and those Jamaica are just an African. So it's high time they start doing what he is doing. Don't be beggars, because as now Burkina Faso is not a backup to any country. They are depending to themselves because they have own currency, and in fact he is advocating for one currency, Africa, and also black people, and that has made these people to be harsh with him. They have now started using Michael Linklin to eliminate Ibrahim Traore. In fact, they have sent around 20 assassinated times attempt to assassinate Ibrahim Traore, but all have failed because these people has a culture of killing. They killed Thomas Sankara, and now, as we know that now Ibrahim Traore is just like the blood of Thomas Sankara. A lot of people, a lot of Africa has just come out, and they are now defending Ibrahim Traore, because Ibrahim Traore is 20 years old, 35 years old, sorry, and he's loved by all the youths. And he has also said that, Prime Minister, don't be fear with these people, because he has shown that revolution is possible. He has said to Ibrahim, to all black people, that revolution is possible and it can happen. Don't fear, guys. Let's unite it. And we all know that these people has just been using us for so long, and they are taking us like a slave, and this colonization is still going on in Africa, and it's high time that we stop this culture of those people. We stop them once and for all. No, let's unite. Let's build a direct flight from Burkina Faso to Jamaica, because all flights you must pass through United States when you want to go to Jamaica. And these people, they have really cost us for so long, and it's high time we have decided that we Africa, we will not go down. We must reclaim our victory. So guys, hope you have watched this video, and guys, let's subscribe to my YouTube channels, like share and comment. I'll be posting more video in this channel. Kindly support me through your social, and thanks for my returning viewers who are coming back to watch my video. It's my pleasure. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. Bye for now.